Hello, today we will do some refactoring. Refactoring is understanding your code and making it in a new form that is more easy to maintain. So we will check the existing code and try to understand, and then we will try to come up with new ideas on top of it. So let's see, for example, these are the things that we are seeing here, and the question is, do we need them? I think that some of the things, for example, we have event listeners we have here, maybe not necessarily need to be added like this. It could be easier way of doing things, and and I don't need to create variables for every element here. And first of all, if you have something, let's say, let's eliminate all of them. Some of the things will not work, I know, but we want to see first the functionality without doing having any document get element by id. Let's see what will be happening. Okay, I refresh the page and look at it. Now you can get the element text area here, right? So but in some cases I think the id is directly defined as a variable, and the chrome is providing that. Let's say if the same thing will be happening for the Firefox as well. If we inspect it and if we say the editor, it is still defined. So we don't need to define these things, although it may be useful for some of the cases, and we can just make it as a list. And let's keep this as well in the Firefox and go into the code again. So this whole thing is eliminated. We don't need it. But some of the things we cannot do. For example, this ID may be not directly definable, but get element by id will work over there. Document get element by id, and if we paste this it will work over there. But you cannot get this as a variable name because it's not valid JSON variable name. And the remedy for that is defining the names accordingly. So we can ask this question first. Let's take this and say, okay, make, and also we need to change in the index html, make, make all ids compatible to javascript variable name, so that without get element by id they are defined already. So this is the javascript, and this is the uh, initialization, and let's get the html again. Okay, so you see these are updated. So we just need to take the html here and make it available. Hopefully nothing changes in the interface. I would like to eliminate these ones, and let's test some of them, and we will test the full functionality like f5, right? This is new file button is working. Confirm create button is not defined, it says, so it's not over there. Confirm create btn, so we can just find the alternative. Confirm create btn, let's name that like that, btn. Make it a button, and we can do the rest. So cancel create button, cancel create btn, refresh that. File name input, what is that? uh, Here, do we have that? Yeah, this is file name input. File name, let's say input, right? No, this is file name input. Yeah, maybe they are for same thing. Okay, everything is defined right now, and hopefully this is no longer necessary in all the editors. Still, some of the things may be not working that way. Okay, let's see. Clicks are not working, and what is the problem? Computers tab. Okay, and some of the IDs are not defined. Get element by ID, computers tab, right? Something maybe like that, right? We are able to access it. Now, of course, there will be some additional things, but let's keep it like that before. And the additional functionalities, let's say adding click events here. Now, let's ask that question to AI as well. How can I make this click events more concise? Um, okay. Um, I'm thinking something else. These are okay. They are all click events. Save current file and registrations are necessary. Like maybe a dictionary of events that I will be considering. Um, we need to think. So these are good things, but we will have much more of them. And these are keyboard shortcuts, and there are some additional things in the bottom. So coming from top, these are the functionalities, and the functions will be defined in the bottom. And we will add those events to the buttons, register them. And they are all working in this manner, meaning the ID maps to function. So I prefer events dictionary like this. Okay, and then these are save event, um, save current file, delete event, delete current file. um, Listeners, let's name it list, and save button is equal to save current, delete button is like this, and continue. Okay, so these are some listeners that the buttons are like that. I don't want to add more, these are later maybe. And then register all the listeners for listeners, right? So it will add event and then listener. constant object of entries, listeners, and then element by ID, get the element at the listener and not found. Okay, so this is the corresponding. Is this shorter code? No, but adding new thing is easier here. So also it's a for loop that I know automatically iterating over there instead of me writing it. So the warning messages, other things are visible. So let's try it. It's good, right? So here another computer. So we are able to see the results. Home is coming back. That's working. Okay, that is good. Another thing, okay, LLM response, keep it over there. Maybe just create a new file. LLM should be another module, I believe. Okay, let's create a new file, LLM.js, and then use that here. And it needs to be included before our JavaScript file. And let's try the LLM response functionality. LLM response. Let's refresh that. Hello, promise. Yeah, fulfilled. Hello, the city of San Francisco has announced that. Okay, so we can say 2 plus 2. It does something. Maybe it is not what we are expecting. Uh, Sun doesn't do good LLM response, but it's doing the LLM response. Okay. Hello, world. I'm just curious about it. Okay. It does. The language model completion. Yeah, let's keep it the responsibility in that place, and we may have some additional things that we may be using later or transferring the things. Okay, and the file system could be another thing. You can see there are some file system components. It's better to keep them as another module as well. And the high level web ID is the application of it, so that we will be sharing things as PRGS, right? PRGS is providing this the API that is necessary to communicate. So we should have the responsibilities in different files, and each file have the consistency inside the file system responsibilities, the user interface responsibilities inside this application. I think that is sufficient for today. Refactoring as coming back. Refactoring is making your code in a better way, so that you can maintain faster in your source code later. Thank you.